Hey, beautiful people. Hey, beautiful people. Greetings, peace, and love to everybody watching live, watching the replay, watching this later on YouTube, on my many other pages. Y'all, I'm being silly, but real at the same time. I'm going to try to keep this quick, because today is all about this upcoming Mercury retrograde. Mercury is about to go retrograde. Depending on where you are in the world, it might already be retrograde. But this is the first Mercury retrograde of 2021. And so I wanted to share some wisdom with you all. So I'm going to pull a few cards. And as always, if this message blesses you in any kind of way, you can bless me with a love offering. If you look at the link in the description box or the bio on how you can contribute, send a tip of any denomination is fine. But I wanted to do a quick little Mercury retrograde check-in. I pulled some cards, and I'm going to tell you what they say, because this is the first Mercury retrograde of 2021. We're coming out of 2020, and there's still some lessons that we are all having to learn at this time. And so with Mercury going retrograde, just a quick tidbit. Mercury, when the planet Mercury goes retrograde, it basically means that it looks as though it's moving backwards in the sky. And when that happens, you hear a lot of people all afraid, like, ooh, Mercury retrograde, like it's a big scary thing. But it's really just a time for us to be mindful of the words that we say, take our time, don't rush, like especially when you driving and stuff, don't be all crazy. Listen really to what people are trying to say. Don't make assumptions, because this is the time when people can have a lot of miscommunication or misunderstandings, and some arguments can happen as a result. So you just want to think twice about the things that you say. Really listen to what people are saying and don't just assume. Mercury is an air planet, meaning it is one of the planets that works with the air signs. So Aquarius, which we're in Aquarius season, Aquarius, Gemini, excuse me, the planet Mercury, I'm such an astrologer, I got to get it right. The planet Mercury actually is connected to or rules the sign of Gemini, and also the earth sign Virgo. But it works well with other air signs such as Aquarius, which is the sign that we're in right now. But I'm saying all that to say, with Aquarius being an air sign, all the air signs deal with with Mercury being in a planet that is most connected with an air sign, that deals with the mind. And Mercury is a planet that deals with your mind, your communication, how we speak, how we write, what we say, is not so much a planet of feelings. So sometimes, during a Mercury retrograde, people can say things that can get you in your feelings, and it's actually encouraging you to look at things through a more logical lens rather than just, how you feel about what was said or done, because if you get caught up in just your feelings, you might get caught up in a lot of unnecessary arguments. I'm not saying that you shouldn't feel. I'm just saying that to try during these 3-4 weeks of Mercury retrograde, to really look at things objectively, and to speak what you know, speak with clarity from what you know, and not solely from just an emotional space of what you're feeling in the moment. That said, these are the cards that came up for our very first Mercury retrograde of 2021. And this first card, is kind of challenging. It is the 5 of Wands. I pulled 3 cards, y'all. I pulled 3 cards. One card for the general energy. That's this one. The second card is the actual challenge or the obstacle, which this looks like a challenge or obstacle. But the second card is more so the challenge and the obstacle. And then the third card is, what is the lesson and how can we come out of that time period having learned the lessons and, in good spirits, right? So the overall energy that came up is the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is a challenging card. If you look at this, I mean, you ain't got to be a card reader, tarot reader to really get the point here. Look at, they all got wands in their hands. They look like they swinging it at each other, right? And so the Five of Wands is a card, when it shows up, it's a card that everybody has their own agenda, their own motivation, and everybody want to be the boss. Everybody don't necessarily want to do the work, and everybody don't necessarily want to pay the cost to be the boss, but everybody wants their viewpoint heard. They want their they're putting their energy out there. It gives me the feeling of like, you ever worked at a job where almost everybody didn't like each other, and everybody's fighting for a position, and so that's kind of the energy that some of us may be feeling, or be presented with. Again, this is nothing to be afraid of. We all are the masters of our own circumstances, but we may find that people in our lives may be at cross purposes with us. And whenever the Five of Wands appears, it makes me think about how, we really have to be intentional about what is our motivation? What is our drive? Why do we do the things that we do? Do we just want to be seen? Are we just trying to be extra just to be extra? Are we just arguing for the sake of arguing? Or is there some genuineness behind what we're doing? So when I see this card, especially in a Mercury retrograde, it is telling me that this is the perfect time for us to all be mindful of our truest intentions, because sometimes we can say things or even pursue things, go after things, because all the wands deal with that motivation energy. You know what I mean? Like what you pursue, what you go after. And even in love, now I'm thinking about it, Valentine's Day gonna be coming up. So, sometimes we may pursue people or situations that may cause a conflict, you know what I'm saying? So whatever it is that you are choosing to pursue over the next few weeks or so, make sure that it's genuine, and try not to, if you ain't the boss, don't try to be the boss. You know what I'm saying? Be the boss over the things that you are the boss over, which is yourself, your words, your thoughts, your feelings, your family, if you are like the head of your household, if you have children or whatnot, right? But, all the jockeying for positions, can't nobody run your lane better than you run your own lane, right? So if you find yourself trying to run over in other people's lane, or other people trying to come in your lane, just remember, everybody stay in your lane, and avoid unnecessary conflict. Now, conflict is a part of life, but this card, the Five of Wands, is that unnecessary conflict. Is that conflict for the sake of conflict? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody got time for that. So the shadow part of ourselves that needs to be addressed during this time came up in the second card that I pulled. And the second card I pulled is a card called Grit. And I meant to put the cards that I'm using in the description box. I might do that later on. But Grit says, when a needle falls into a well, many people will look into the well, but few will go down after it. Oh my God, that is so on point already with what I already said about this card. This card is people jockeying for a position, people wanting to be the boss, wanting to be seen, wanting to be heard, but really not willing to pay the cost to be the boss, right? And that could be in any area of your life. It's not, even though I'm using the term boss, it doesn't necessarily mean like work. It could just be in any area of your life, right? And then this challenge actually says that, very few people will actually do the work. Very few people will go down in the well to retrieve what needs to be retrieved. So I'm going to read what that card says. It says, when a needle falls into a well, many people will look into the well, but few will go down after it. The shadow element, involving one's self in situations that do not pertain to you, and taking on the accompanying responsibilities in a resentful fashion. Oh, Lord, if this don't tie in with this right here, Stay in your lane for the next few weeks, y'all. Don't involve yourself in situations that don't involve you. A lot of times people get caught up in situations, entangled in situations, caught up in arguments, and you like, how did I get all deep into this? It ain't even involve me. What did I say? Stay in your lane. So it says, when this card pops into a reading, it can indicate resentments you or someone may be feeling regarding situations you or someone may have inserted themselves into for no reason other than being involved. It is asking you to take a look to see if you are currently undergoing the stress of handling a problem or situation for someone else when it really isn't your responsibility to do so. For example, let's say you have two friends who are at odds. Once you insert yourself, either at the behest of them to take sides or on your own accord, you are now inserted into a quarrel that could potentially have disastrous consequences for your relationship with both parties. This can be applied to work issues, family issues, etc. This card is a warning that inserting yourself into a problem others have with a party that is not you is baseless and low vibrational. It is telling you to refrain from jumping into non-serious confrontation over issues that aren't your own, because it only creates rifts and discontent in your world where there should otherwise be none. I could really just stop right there. These two cards right here, I love. I haven't done live readings in a while. So this is, exciting me as I'm reviving this part of what I do, because I see how things really flow. What I said at the beginning, everybody in everybody's lane, unnecessary arguments, involving yourself in situations that don't involve you. You know what I mean? Going after something that you really don't want, but just doing it out of spite. I mean, whatever. And this could be you doing it or other people doing that to you. And it's saying that further, the challenge this Mercury retrograde is learning to not involve yourself in things that just don't matter, what I mean? In things that drain your energy, and things that overwhelm you, and things that don't pertain to you. Focus on yourself, focus on your goals, what you need to do, and avoid those senseless arguments. And one of the things that, before I read this last card, one of the things that I will be doing very soon is the reading of the year. I hope to do it this weekend. That's my personal goal. January, I had a lot going on, and so I usually try to do my reading of the year in like the first couple of days of the year, but I was unable to do that. So, and I usually do it the first couple of days. So I need to feel what the year is trying to tell me, right? And now I'm clear on what the year is trying to tell me. And one of the words, I'll give you this little hint in advance, but one of the words that came to me was simplicity. Simplify your life. Like, this is a year to simplify our lives and not to overexert our energy here, there, and overwhelming ourselves trying to do this, be here, be with this person, that, all that kind of stuff, because it actually kills you slowly. It drains your energy. And so with us having this first Mercury retrograde of 2021, and I'm already seeing where, okay, the first challenge is not overexerting yourself. And this might not even be, this Five of Wands might not even be necessarily like overexerting yourself where you are like with other people, or arguing with other people, or fighting with other people, even though that's how it shows. This could be an internal battle. Like, you have this ambition and that ambition and that ambition and that ambition and that ambition. You're doing all this stuff and you're cross-purposing with yourself. And so nothing gets accomplished because you're being the jack of all trades and the master of none. Or you're exerting your energy in too many places. Or, when you should be focusing on your business and your career, you're focusing on this friend's problems and that friend's problems and going, listening to this. And it's like, well, it's only but 24 hours in a day. And part of that time you need to sleep and eat, and I was going to say, and shit. Sleep, eat, and shower, right? Or whatever. But, and so it's only but so much energy any of us have in any given day to be exerting all over the place. So we can't afford to be like this. So when Mercury retrograde happens, even though people get scared of like, oh, Mercury retrograde, everything that happens in the universe happens to teach us a lesson, to give us guidance at that time that we need. And so because I already foresee that 2021 is one of those years where we cannot afford to exert our energy all over the place, and it's the year of simplification in a lot of ways, to simplify, then of course the first Mercury retrograde of 2021 would be a challenge to stop, exerting your energy and having your energy all over the place. So I will go more into that when I actually do the reading of the year later this weekend. That's my goal, to do it later this weekend. But the last card that came out for today, the affirmation, the gift in all of this is a card that says, everywhere I turn, blessings, blessings, blessings. Blessings on top of blessings on top of blessings. That is the reward for honoring this Mercury retrograde. It's blessings on top of blessings on top of blessings. When you get out of your own way, when you stop exerting your energy all over the place, cross-purposing with yourself, arguing with other people, trying to help people that don't want to be helped, or giving your energy maybe to people who want to be helped, but it just ain't your job. You know what I'm saying? You ain't your job to rescue everybody and to be here to, when you stop doing that, okay? Stop, really putting your energy all over the place and exerting yourself where you don't need to exert or insert yourself in situations, then the outcome is blessings, blessings, blessings. So that is, what we can look forward to this Mercury retrograde. And again, every time something happens in the universe, whether it's, like a month ago, everybody was talking about, the grand conjunction, right? And it was like, this or the winter solstice and all these blessing stuff. And then when it's Mercury retrograde, it's like, Mercury retrograde. But everything that happens in the universe is for our best and highest good. It's to help us to grow. It's to help us to grow. It's to help us to grow. So that is it. If this impromptu Mercury retrograde reading has blessed you, make sure you bless me. This is in the year of simplicity. This is also the year of reciprocity. So you can do that via Cash App or PayPal. That is down below. And no gift is too small or too big. May you be blessed, blessed, blessed 3 times fold back to you, whatever you're able to share with me. And again, hopefully this weekend, I'm really trying to do it by January 31st. I want to do it before this first month is over of 2021. I will hopefully be doing the reading of the year, and I might make it live. Yeah. So anywho, that's it. Until we speak again, as always, I'm wishing you so much peace and love. Thank you so much for watching. When I say washing, get it together. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.